Hello, well, my name is Fox, and I'm taking name Fox. This vlog video I actually had talked about for like around 45 minutes, and instead of just having to where you guys watch all 45 minutes of it, I decided to cut it into halves because honestly, that is a freaking long time for me to talk about all this. But hopefully enjoying the video. Hopefully it brings up some stuff, and just tell me in the comments below what you think about it. So thank you everyone, and tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about things Rob in this, and have a good time. See ya. Hello, well, my name is Fox, and I'm 9-bit Fox, and this is not another 9-bit cartoon review, but this one's not episode-wise. This is more an update, and this one is, if you haven't seen the title, hopefully I put something around the title, but this vlog video is about Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Which, if you don't know which this is about a girl from an alternate dimension called Muni, who has a magic girl wand, basically, from like those animes, magic girl wand, that can allow her to basically create anything or whatever. And she gets sent to Earth to learn how to control her powers, and also to live with the Diaz family as an exchange student. She's based. And the first an exchange student and stuff like that, Marco being her friend and stuff like that, they're probably gonna get together. Probably talk about that. We'll bring that up later on. But here's the thing that I wanted to bring up, because it's a fun show. I loved the first episode. It was awesome. And I like the idea of she has the magic wand and stuff like that and stuff. You know, it's freaking fun. It has some funny jokes, and I'll say this is Disney's. Not reaction. I just talked about Wander Over Yonder and freaking Adventure Time. This is Disney's answer to Steven Universe, but this one kind of. Star vs. Forces of Evil feels a little bit rushed to me, which I know there's a good fan base behind this. Don't get me wrong, I'm still watching the episodes that come out. But the thing is, there's been a couple times where we've had emotional responses, like emotional things happening to the characters, which it kind of has a similar setup to Steven Universe. And not saying they copy, not saying any of that. Let me close this so that way I'm not looking at my face. It has a similar setup in a sense that you have a kid who's magical, living with a family who's not really, well, okay, Pearl, Garnet, and Amethyst, I highly consider them Steven's family. Okay. Yeah, because I still consider Pearl, Garnet, and Amethyst really big parts of Steven Universe's family. But I'm saying, okay, you have the magic kid, you have them living with with their families. Well, Star versus being more exchange student, but beside the point. Both living in a small town where a lot of the adventures take place. Although every once in a while they will leave to go do adventures in someplace else. Steven Universe usually being on another part of the world, while Star and Marco being in another dimension, which really those are more other. Well, I'm not sure. They say alternate dimension, but a dimension for me is like somewhat different. I'd say more those are different worlds, but which honestly I would love to see a Wander Over Yonder, and I'll bring that up later on, but hopefully. But like I was saying, there are points that the past few episodes where they've been trying to do emotional things, which I get, they're trying to do emotional, trying to get us all invested. Maybe other people are getting invested in it. Maybe it's good, and maybe they're all getting really good invested. I'm not saying it's not good. I like Star vs. Force Evil, but there are just some things I feel it was either too rushed or I knew what was coming, which kind of stinks because they have something good, although the setup has also somewhat been done before. The boy and the girl who are just friends, but then they slowly start liking each other. If I'm thinking Disney, Kim Possible comes straight to mind. But like I'm saying, like, let me give you examples. Like, some emotional things feel a little bit rushed, and even though we have like that cliche, which honestly I've seen it so many times before with like not only in cartoons but like shows like Bones, Sleepy Hollow. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna get together at some point, and just like other shows and stuff like that. Um, just watching those, like, like the ones where like okay they're friends, but then later on they're gonna get together. It's kind of somewhat obvious. And also another thing that, if I remember correctly, both Steven Universe and Star vs. the Force Receiver were both made by, well, both. I think the original ideas, or whatever, were created by women, which is kind of funny. Me saying that this is Disney's answer to Steven Universe. But well, like the main idea, whatever, was brought up by them. But whatever. Off topic. What I want to say, there's these scenes that like they come up and like they try to give emotion, but it feels either too rushed or completely out of left field. And I'm hoping I'm using that term right. That's the first time I ever used that term. Let me think. What were the scenes? Okay, this is the first one I noticed. It was the Blood Moon Ball, which was only like a few episodes back, if I remember quickly. There was this whole thing, let me just set up, basically, Star's devil boyfriend, or demon boyfriend, comes and asks her to this demon prom. She goes to hell. Marco says, no, you don't need to go with that creep. You can just stay here with me. We can just party, watch TV, and stuff like that. And she's like, no, I'm going. So she's like, okay, and then she leaves. She goes into the carriage and goes to hell. Marco later on dresses up as a mariachi, like, skeletal guy, like someone you would see at like a Day of the Dead festival, and he goes to hell too to go see how she's doing. She goes down to hell with her ex demon boyfriend, who has anger issues, which it's pretty fun. It's all right. He's pretty good. I do want to see a little bit more of him, but also he kind of reminds me of Marceline a little bit. Not really. I didn't think about it. Kinda. Really. Devil, hell, hellish world. Never mind. But anyways, I was like, that's not the problem. Like the problem was that there's one point where of course Marco, there's like a moon that's gonna come shine down, and like whoever's underneath the moon's gaze their souls will be fused forever. Just so happens Marco jumps in at the right time and dances with Star, furthering like if they like totally go go out of the way saying like in the end like, oh no, Star and Marco aren't gonna get together. Awesome as fudge. I would love that freaking twist. I would love that. Like that would be cool and not really that much of that same cliche. But after that, she finds out that Marco, the guy with the mask was Marco. The devil boy tries to kill them. She freezes him in a block of ice. They leave up, and then she says, "I can't believe this." And then she says, "I can't believe that you don't trust me," and all this stuff, and saying that like she like basically goes into saying that Marco doesn't trust her, and like that she needs space and stuff like that. That she needed to do some things by herself and stuff, which I can understand something like that, but the thing is, it's not like we've seen like her having a problem with Marco helping her through any of the other episodes. Like it's just like right here, like it's okay. Yeah, you came down to hell and somewhat probably saved her if like their souls do meld. Without her soul not melding with the demon boyfriend, who basically is has like a rage that basically in the end he was going to kill Marco, and the reason why she broke up with him was because of that rage. But Star basically went angry and stuff. Marco says, "Oh, I'm sorry," and stuff like that, of course. And then she asked for nachos, which honestly they should have just cut, like did an Adventure Time cutscene, where she goes, they laugh a little bit, and then Star goes, go make me some nachos. If they would have ended there, that would have been great. But then like it pans out, and then Mark goes, sure, which I'm guessing, okay, that's fine. But it would have been a lot funnier if they ended on nachos. But yeah, like that was the first time I noticed it. Like it kind of felt like rushed in. We had no build up or whatsoever, at least not that I've seen, that Star like had a problem with Marco helping her or trying to help her. Like if Marco like through the entire episode was like, which is like only like 11 minutes. No, I think no. Star vs. Force Equal. Well, I think it was 11 minutes, but like there was no build up to it like that showed Marco needing to help, like always like, oh, let me help you with that, Star. Let me help you with that. Like him not letting her do anything. Like, which I can understand. Then like, okay, she needs to do some stuff by herself. But that really didn't bring anything. Like that was just like out of the blue, like emotion, like that. And then another time, let me see, how long have I been talking? 10 minutes already. Okay. Wow, sorry about that. But then there was another time, which was one of the more recent ones, which was at Miss Olga's something or another. It was basically the princess jail. And also there was another one earlier, but I'll bring that up later on. But at the Olga one, there's a point where Marco, dressed up as a princess, gets taken away, and Star gets shoved down a chute, where she then lands in dirty laundry with the pony head, or her friend pony head, who's basically just a unicorn head, who's been brainwashed, which kind of like, it had the kind of thing where like the entire time like, oh, they're trying to bring her back because she was brainwashed and stuff like that as they're trying to escape this prison. And like, of course, like that's kind of the cliche also, like, okay, they're brainwashed, but eventually at the end when they really need them, they're gonna come up. And it just so happens that after, in the end, then Star gets very sad and starts, well, I don't know if she starts crying, but she's like, she gets really depressed and everything and sad, like, I lost Marco, I lost you, and she just starts crying, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, honestly, if anything, maybe this is like, because like, you know, there's the whole reputation, quote unquote reputation. I really need to turn off the TV that's downstairs because I just remembered I left it on. There's the whole reputation with women. Again, there's just a reputation, a stereotype, whatever. That I'll bring it up afterward. I'll just bring it up. Well, no, it's that women, like, you can't really tell what they're feeling, or like sometimes, like, I don't know. Again, I'm not saying anything bad about women. I love women, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the sense that, well, I mean, like, in the sense, like, they say, like, they say, like, in a sense, like, a girl will ask you something, but they want you to tell you in a specific way or something, or else they'll get, no, what is that? What am I talking about? I'm going to get so much crap for this, but, I'm very sorry. I'm not trying to be, basically what I'm saying is, her emotions seem a little bit everywhere. Like, when it says, okay, she needs to be sad, even though, like, a lot of times she's the happy girl, peppy girl, who has a magic wand, who could go try to save Marco, especially since magic still works in that Olga's place, but it doesn't work in the fairy magic place. That kind of effed me up, and if you don't understand that one, I'm sorry. I'll probably do some Star vs. Force Evil reviews, maybe, I'm not quite sure, but that was the second time. I'm like, she just started bursting into tears. Like, maybe she has, what I'm trying to say is, like, some women hold in their feeling. I guess some women will hold in their feeling. I guess guys do too sometimes, but whatever. I don't want to go into like gender stereotypes, stuff like that. Like, people hold in their feeling, but like, I don't know, unless later on they show Star has some, which I guess later on, like, Star has some like emotions inside her that are like building up, because I haven't seen any build up to any of this. Maybe like this is before even the show started, that like she had something building up inside her. But like, basically, like, it was like she just started crying and stuff like that. Of course, that then led to Ponyhead like realized my friend and stuff like that. So then she comes back and then they, you know, save Marco. But like, also they show like the magic wand still works, so she has somewhat of an edge. But, and then after that, there's another, then like the newest episode, which was, the newest episode there, which was the banana magic one, where she goes out trying to find the banana wand thing that lets her make banana ice cream in town, which is just like a buy it store kind of thing, which is pretty funny because they kind of make fun of those things like Squeezy Freeze, who's using cooling technology, some bull crap, but jeez. But basically, like, I was watching this. How long have I been talking now? Oh, only 4 minutes. Okay. Watching it, I was like, at the end, Marco says, "Oh wow, you did good. I underestimated you." And then, right when he's about to eat this pudding that she gave him, she just puts her hand in the pudding and just slams it in the ground, like, "Sorry, there was a fly in it." Turn and walk the fudge away. And I'm just thinking, what the fudge is wrong with her? Like, okay, I can understand, like, okay, maybe later on it's gonna be like, maybe everyone at her house or whatever, her, in her dimension or whatever, they all said that she was, like, they always underestimated her, thinking she wasn't up to something, possibly. I have no freaking idea. Maybe there's something like that, or like she has some kind of issues in her past which she hasn't resolved yet with her family, or something wrong with, I don't know. Maybe she just doesn't like when people don't have faith in her. Well, something like that. I have no idea. All I know was that happened. I'm like, okay, I can understand she'd probably be upset or whatever, or like I thought they would probably, laugh it off, but like it kind of like, usually like something like that, like I underestimated you or something like that, and like, oh, like they'll say, oh, like, have a back and forth a little bit, and then like end it there probably with a laugh. But there she's just like, sorry, there was a fly in it, and then walk the fudge away. I'm like, what the fudge is wrong with her? Like, there's got to be either something in her past, because this seems like something like that should have happened like in the past, like someone like underestimated her so much and stuff, crap like that, because it feels like it came out of left field. That, or she's freaking has something wrong with her head. There's something wrong with her head. There's something wrong with everyone's head. Well, everything wrong in that world. Something's wrong with everyone, but especially the kung fu teacher, karate teacher. But it was just like, maybe there's something in her past that'll explain it more, but the way I saw it, there wasn't that much of, like, I just saw it, I'm just like, what? I don't know. Now they're going into this whole thing about, like, racism with the monsters and stuff, which, okay, that's cool. And also another thing that bugs the living snot out of me every time they show it. There's a new enemy in this, which, honestly, I like him as an enemy. His name's Toffee. He's awesome. Ludo, or whatever the fudge his name was a freaking moron. This is actually somewhat cool seeing Toffee in here. But, although Ludo was funny at some point. Well, no. Ludo's He's He kind of looked like a rejected Powerpuff Girl villain. But Toffee is freaking awesome. But there's the thing. There's a point where Toffee, a lizard guy with missing, like, he has 4 fingers. He's missing his middle finger, which is freaking hilarious, I think. Which also, even if they have 3 fingers, like, technically, if you think about it, fingers, thumb really doesn't count. So technically, middle finger is not really middle, if you're technically counting it like that. But if you're counting middle finger, you know that. But, honestly, 3 fingers, come on now. That's the middle finger. That's the freaking middle finger. If you have like this, then this is the middle finger, I guess. But like they show, like, okay, he lost his his one finger. They show it in the first episode, or the first episode they show Toffee. They show him pass a glass of water. That's it. Like, they don't like zoom in on the hand or whatever. They just pass a glass of water. You see it for a moment, if anything. You see it for a moment. See he's missing a finger. I was like, what is that, a ring? And then I saw him, like, oh, he's missing a finger. And also, in that same episode, they screwed up and gave him that finger back at one point. But that's not what I'm talking about. His finger, and like, it's nice. Like, okay, you see that there's something happened to him. Of course, then they, at the end, he's like, you're not the first monsters to be hurt by their magic. And he looks off into the distance, which of course then means he has some backstory, some mysterious backstory. And then, but yeah, that one finger thing, awesome reveal that allows you to, like, bring up, you know, a few thoughts, like, oh, I wonder, like, what happened. Then there's this episode that just passed. My lord, if they did not spam the crap out of showing that missing finger. My freaking lord. Like, I can understand, like, there was a button, there's a thing that you press that was a button. Like, it's like a mace, and you press the button, and, like, it spins open, and there's a little portal. You have to press the button there. They spam the living fudge out of this missing finger. Like, oh yes, look at this. Like, okay, they show him click the button, and he's missing the finger. That's fine. I'm okay with that. You're showing, okay, you gotta click the button and stuff like that, and that actually comes up later on, like, with a monster trying to click the button, and whatever happens. But the thing is, and he's funny too, he's, like, sarcastic and everything, which I love. But again, like I'm trying to get to, the freaking thing is, they spam the crap out of it. Like, they show, like, oh, okay, look at this. Click, click. Zoom in on the hand as he presses the button again. Zoom in on the hand when he's pressing it again. Zoom in on the hand when he passes it over to this guy. Zoom in again when he shows the thing working after whatever fudge happens. They spam it like, you see the missing finger? You see it? You see it?